Hey everyone, welcome back to Grace Unveiled. And today again, we're here with another special guest. Can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Modest.
How are you today?
I'm good yourself.
I'm very, very good. I'm really excited to have you on today for this episode. And I guess we'll just start off with what would you define dating or courting? And do you think there's a difference between the two?
I think they're all the same, just different words.
Okay, how, in what way do you think they're the same thing?
Because you are just pursuing the person of
Okay.
interest. I want this person. I
Mm.
want to date this person. And I want to go to this person.
Mm.
To me, I think it's the same thing.
Okay, but I was just like, from our generation today, I feel like it's a bit of a different thing because when it comes to dating, a lot of our people in our generation take dating as a way to just be with someone and like have them do things that you normally do in a marriage, but you're not married yet, but you're doing everything that you do in a marriage whilst dating someone. So then what's your take on that? How would you tell us to steer away from that aspect?
First, as a Christian,
Mm.
you need to have your limits or your boundaries.
Okay.
I'm dating this person
Mm.
because I want this person to marry me,
Mm.
or I want to marry this person.
Mm.
I'm not dating this person because we just want to have fun
Have fun.
or start engaging in some sort of things which we are not allowed to do
Mm.
yet, even though we live in Western countries, but we still need to stick with our culture, first of all, and
True.
secondly, as Christian. So what I normally ask myself, if I was at this age dating
Mm.
and my parent found out, what would my mom or
Would
my
they
dad
say?
say?
Right.
And then if you get the answer, and okay, even though I'm living in a Western country, there is things that I can't do. Because even if my parents hear this, they won't
They
be
won't
happy.
allow you. Yeah.
And they will set up
True.
best of on your age
Mm.
and our culture. I think it's too early for you to do this.
Okay. But then when it comes to like things with like relationships and culture and parents and all that sort of stuff, is it always good to follow your parents' way, the culture way? Like, is it always good to do that? Because it doesn't always benefit each relationship, if I can say.
It doesn't really benefit each relationship,
Mm.
but because your parents have been there
Mm.
and they know all the trap where you're gonna fall or where you can succeed. And even if they warn you, okay, we don't want this person, the problem with our generation or the generation after us, they don't like parents
To have a
interfering
say,
into their
yeah.
own relationship.
I mean,
Oh,
some
yeah.
parents they just don't want you to be happy, I guess.
No, they want you to be happy and they want to be happy as well. But this is what you need to know. There must be something that leads your parents to say, okay, I've been seeing you with this person and I don't like that person. They can't just come randomly and start saying, I don't like this
You don't like
person.
the person,
There
right.
must be something.
Mm.
It's for you to take the time, sit down with your mom or your dad. Okay, I heard you the other day saying you don't like this person. Can you tell me A, B, C, why you don't like this person?
But what if the reasons aren't solid enough? Like, some parents actually don't have solid reasons to why they can stop the child from either dating or entering into a marriage. So, how do you find the balance between wanting to be pursued by the person you love and wanting to also honor your parents at the same time? How do you find the balance in that?
It's hard to balance
Mm.
because, as the Bible said, love is stronger than death. Because when you dedicate yourself to loving someone, I'm going to love this person or I'm in love with this person, you don't want to listen to anyone because you are madly in love. And even if your parents are telling you, we don't want this, that's why we see a lot of people are killing themselves because someone was trying to interfere in their relationship and they
Right.
don't know how deep they've been in love to that person.
But I guess we could take a different approach and just speak on regarding, I guess, the young relationships or the youthful relationships that are happening in our days and time. So what do you think, like, a lot of Christian youth are getting into relationships early, or the being tempted to enter into relationships early. Like, what do you think is the reason to why a lot of us want to jump into relationships, even though God hasn't taught us to get into a relationship? Like, so many of us don't want to go through that singleness season. You know, we want to just rush past over or just be like, no, I want to get married, I want to get married. Like, what would you tell us, essentially? Like, what would you tell me if I come up to you and I'm like, oh, Brother Modi, I'm ready to get married, I'm ready to do this. Well, how would you advise me?
Okay. I'll sit down with you and ask you a couple questions.
Mm-hmm.
What are your standards for you being married? And why?
Okay.
Are you doing it because you want to be married, or are you doing it because of peer pressure? Because my friend, they have been married, let me just get married.
Let me also get married.
If this person can do this, then why not? We are same age. We've all finished uni. We are all working. So why am I doing here at home? Let me just get married.
Right.
So what are your standards?
I wanted to just on the thing that you're saying right now, to be, because a lot of people say that they have to be financially stable, they have to reach a certain point in life in order for them to get married. For some people, that's not always a good mentality to have, because then you're also delaying yourself. Like, if God is telling you do it, but you're like, no, I have to reach this certain space, I have to be like this, like that. Like, what do you think about that? Like, do you always have to reach a place of being financially stable, both either from the man or the woman, in order to get married or in order to be in a relationship?
You can be financially stable, but are you mentally prepared to get married? Are you mature enough to handle the pressure of marriage?
Right.
I have all the means, and I can afford rent, I can own a car, I can do this.
Right.
But am I mature enough to cope with the pressure of being called a husband or a wife? No. Then why am I going to rush, even though I have money?
Right. That's good. So financial stability does not mean anything.
Does not mean anything.
Wow.
You can have anything. You have money, but are you mentally prepared? Because marriage is not only about money. You can have money, but you can't lead a family. You can't lead your house.
Just money.
You have money, but you can manage the money. What about your house? You are unable to manage your house. So in that case, this is a lot of people that have done the same mistake. They will just get married because they've seen their friend, and then when they get married, because they didn't plan it, they start asking their parent, what am I going to do next?
Right.
Did you marry because of your parent, or did you marry because you want? So don't just marry because there was a pressure from your parent, and you are not mentally prepared, you are not mature enough, you can't handle anything. Make sure I'm financially stable, I'm mentally prepared, and I know I can handle the pressure.
Right.
But even if I have the money and I'm not ready, I can't do anything. Even though I'm ready, but I have no money, still I'm going to struggle. So I need to make sure all these things
are together. Right.
If I'm financially stable, then I know I can try my best. Even from the beginning is the most important thing. But if you fail from the beginning, I don't know, it can take even time again for you to rebuild yourself, especially in marriage. So that's where you need to lay your foundation, mentally, spiritually, and financially.
Right.
If you can't lay that foundation strong, there will come a time you will fail somewhere.
Right. What would you define healthy leading? How can a man lead in a healthy way, or a biblical way as well?
How can a man lead in a relationship in a biblical way? Based on what the Bible teaches. That has to be your first standard. Anything which does not align with the Word of God, put it aside. Sometimes I always get into conflict with my culture. I said, okay, this is what the Word of God teach me to do. And this is what my culture
teaches you to do.
Teach me what to do. So, okay. In this case, let me see. If I do the cultural way, it will lead to this. If I take the biblical way, it will lead to this. And then I'll try my best to combine them, even though it's not easy, but I need to compromise one, especially the cultural, as the Bible said, if someone is in Christ, all the
tribes, cultures
are gone. So you need to start from fresh, and we need to have that Christian identity. So make sure you follow the biblical example.
And what is the biblical example?
The biblical example, it's a man to be a leader.
Okay.
Not letting the woman to lead. I'm not saying they can't lead, but don't let them to be a head.
The head.
They
right.
can lead, but not being a head. Yeah, you can be dumb, let me say this way. Yeah, you can be dumb financially. You don't know how to manage your finance. But your wife or your partner, she's really good at managing the money.
Right.
You earn a lot, but you misuse the money because you don't know how to manage. You don't know even how to budget. But your partner knows how to budget. You earn 700, you're paying rent, you can save 200 here. But if they let you have whatever you earn that week, when it comes to the next pay, you start borrowing money from other people. Just in that case, let your wife or your partner take the lead of finance. Right. But make sure you are the head.
But let's also, I guess another way that you could advise people like me or people my age as well, if we come to you and we say, oh, we're struggling, I guess, with like sexual sins, like, lust and all that sort of stuff, but we're in a relationship, how would you help us, or how would you advise someone like that?
That one, it's easy and it's hard, especially at this age, where we just want to try everything.
Yeah.
I don't want to go into marriage before trying. I need to make sure I know what I'm going there for.
Right, yeah.
In order for you to avoid sexual sins or be pure before God, avoid to be in private places.
Okay.
Avoid to be in dark places. The two of you, make sure you're in an open spot where people will see you. Even kissing, you are even feeling ashamed. Oh, if I kiss him, my mom will pass you. Or maybe pastor will pass you. Or maybe this person. In that case, it's going to be hard for you. You can last as a human being. We all do last. But don't actually go and commit that act.
That's right.
But if you start, okay, come to my house today, I will be with my friends. Okay, the first day, he can be with his friend, but they may leave him. As soon as you get there, we will see you later. I'm just going to put petrol in my car.
Right.
I'm just going to do this. What is going to happen here? Only God knows.
So from the male perspective, if a woman is too easy, how does that play in the guy's mind? She's not good enough to be...
She's not good enough.
Oh.
Anyone can just come and convince her.
Right. She's moved everywhere.
I have money. This is what I'm going to offer to you. Oh, yeah, I come from a poor family. Let me just accept it. It's only one day.
Oh. Right.
So that's the way I put my standard. This is what I want. And if the girl that I'm going to marry, she doesn't meet this criteria, no, that's not up to my standard.
Right. So essentially you have...
I have my standard and I have my boundaries. If she crossed this, then that's it.
Right. That's good.
But if you just enter into a relationship with no standard that you set for yourself and your boundaries, this is what I want this circle. I don't want whatever we discuss in this circle to go outside.
Right.
If you cross this circle 2 or 3 times, that's it. Then I will know, okay, this person can't keep secret. We discussed in this cycle here. How come the other person found out?
Already knows, right?
And not the first time, the second time. No.
That's a no-go for you.
Yeah.
Right.
So I had my standard. Okay, if she passed this, then that's the one. If she doesn't do this, no.
Okay. So then what's the perfect... Obviously, we're not perfect, but what are some characteristics that a woman has to have for a guy to be like, okay, this is somebody that can be worthy of being married? Like, how does women have to carry herself for a guy to deem her as a wife, essentially?
It depends with people.
Mm.
It depends with people. So as I said, for me, I put my own qualities. This is the quality I want in my woman. A, B, C, D.
Can you
It's
share
hard
some of those qualities?
to have all those A, B, C, D, but at least
Some
this
parts
one
of it.
I can tolerate. This one, yes, I can compromise. That one I can let it slide, but not A to D.
Okay.
Okay, for example, the first standard I set for myself, for my woman, I want her to dress modestly.
Modest, right.
I don't want her to dress half naked. Myself, I even feel ashamed to walk with her. So, okay, what type of woman is this? Is she going to sell herself? No. Who want to see her nudity? No one.
Right.
So if she's doing this in public places, then this, to me, no.
But some men can be like forceful in the way that they present the ways that they want the woman to be. So how do you find a balance between demanding someone to fit your preferences and, you know, just, I guess, advising someone, or these are my standards, these are my preferences. How do you not cross the line of becoming a boss and demanding her to do this and this and this and that?
No, you don't need to. Of course, it's a demand, but you can't enforce it. This is the way I want you to do it. Sit down with your woman and tell her, this is the reason why I want you to dress this way, or this is the reason why I want you to do this. I know a lot of people, they do this, but I don't want you to do that way, because you are different, you are unique, and I want you to keep that uniqueness. Even if you are in a crowd, I can distinguish, oh, that's my woman.
Okay.
I don't want it to be like a trend, everyone is doing it. No, I don't want that.
Okay.
I want to be just you, and that's the reason why I choose you, because I see that uniqueness in you. Then why are you doing like other people?
Okay, that's really good. That's interesting. That's really, really interesting. I like to hear that.
You don't need to demand or enforce it, or no, this is what I want. No. Okay. Sit down.
Tell her.
Try to compromise. It won't be easy. Try to compromise, and then you tell the reason why you are doing that. You are just not doing it because you just want to please yourself or to be selfish. There must be a reason.
Right.
And that reason needs to have an interest in both of you.
That's good. An interest in both of you. That's perfect. Okay. Let me ask you a very popular question that I've been asking some of the guests, and I've had a few different answers. But do you think a guy and a girl can be friends, like strictly friends?
Yes and no.
In what way? Okay, yes, how?
Yes, how? It depends with yourself first.
Okay.
Why am I going to be a friend with someone opposite of my gender? What do I want to gain from this
that
person?
relationship? Right.
What am I going to gain? And what do I want? And if I'm in a private place with this person, what am I going to do with this person? If you know that you can't handle being in a private place between you two without having other desire, then why do you have to
be friends
with someone of opposite relation or with opposite sex? So you need to with someone you know, okay, this is what I want from this person. Even if we're in private place, nothing will happen. You trust yourself. Even if the other person tried to convince you, to persuade you, okay, I want us to do this. No. You know, you have already set your boundaries. This is what I want. That's why I said it yes and no. And if you know your weakness, if I'm in a private place with this person, I will be weak. If she asked me this type of questions, or if she tried to seduce me to do this, then it will be easy for me to fall.
Into it.
Then why should I be friend with someone opposite of my gender?
And the reason why you would say no, a guy and a girl can't be friends?
That's the reason why. If you know you can't handle the pressure of being in a private place between you two, without having some different thought, then what the point for you guys to be friends?
Right. So it all depends on who you are as a person and what you can take and can't take.
Yes.
Right, okay. I guess just before we also close, I also wanted to ask, looking back or reflecting back on your personal life when it comes to like relationships, dating, both friendships, as well as having a relationship with your parents, what is something that you would not do or repeat the same, or something that you'd advise someone not to do at all completely when it comes to relationships?
If you think you are not ready, don't rush to go into a relationship.
Right. Do you think there's a right age or right time to get married?
Right age. To me, there is no such right age. But I can advise you, especially African women, from the age of 24, 25, a woman can be mature by that age.
Anything lower than that? Nope.
No. Why are you rushing? Even if you are financially stable, if you know you are not mature, I know there are some people who grow up and they are even age 25, 26, but they are not mature.
They're not mature.
From the way they dress, the way they speak, the way they just do things. So, okay, this person is not mature. And because of your age, okay, I'm 30 already. I just want to get married. What the point?
It's been interesting. Thank you for the conversation and the advice as well. But we've come to the end of our episode today. So thank you guys so much for watching today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.